Hey, yo, what's up? It's Friday, so I'm gonna keep it black, but I'm gonna keep it brief. What a time to be alive. Trump is gone. We got the first black female vice president. Now I can just sit back and racism is not over, sis. In Ibram Kendi's book, Stand from the Beginning, he talks about the ebb and flow of race relations in the United States. He says that we've not experienced gains and then setbacks and the advent of racial equality, but more so that racism and anti-racism have always existed. There have only just been moments where each group has been given times to shine over the other. So you're saying racism will never end? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying don't get comfortable, because anti-racism is not a TikTok trend. What? Are you serious? We're just getting started. Even though we're in the face of being able to tear down some racist policies, it's not racist policies that create racist ideas. It's racist ideas that inform racist policies. Tell me more. I'm glad you asked. Racist ideas stem from a need to create racist policies that would result in wealth for white people. I'm not exaggerating. It all started back in the day when Prince Henry wanted some wealth that belonged to some black Moroccans and then found out he could mass produce crops. So he said, what can be said about these black people so that I can get what I want? And there we have it. It's all in the book. You gotta read it. But the journey to create widely accepted racist ideas was a long one. And the mess these white folks came up with trying to figure it out is hilarious. You know, I think these Africans are just too exposed to the heat and they're just delirious all the time, so they don't know how to act. Well, it's God's plan. You see, he cursed Ham so that all of his descendants would be servants. Then they say Ham's people are in Egypt, so all these people in Africa must be ordained by God to be our servants. No? Well, how about this? White is right and pure with the Lord, and the opposite of white is black, so black must be evil. Hell no. Well, you know, really, Africans are just savages. They don't wear clothes for real, and their women just be walking around naked. Or maybe it's just hot outside, and maybe they just have different cultural values or presets, and clothes aren't that important. Well, science, pseudoscience, proves that black people are genetically inferior to white people. No, it don't. Our DNA says no such thing. We the same on the inside, contrary to popular belief. And the list goes on. But thankfully, over the course of time, black writers, black artists, black performers have taken up the mantle of creating black imagery to combat these racist ideas with cultural truths. Hey, hello somebody, yes God. Which is why a 30-year reunion for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was so important to the culture. First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. For real. The show illustrated how problematic the prospect of assimilation was. But it also counteracted the message of assimilation with the aspect of duality. I.e. that blackness is not monolithic. And what was also so phenomenal about The Fresh Prince was highlighting the concept of double consciousness through the relationship between Will Smith and Carlton Banks. His name, Alfonso Ribeiro. White folks, you may not know this, but black people actually have to navigate life through two different levels of consciousness. That is the reality that we know ourselves to be and the reality that whiteness creates for us. And so we have to operate differently in the presence of the white gaze, which is why we have adopted traits like code switching, using our white voice, or micromanaging our emotional responses to stomach your microaggressive actions and behaviors. And what did my girl Olivia Pope say? That we have to be twice as good. Oh, don't forget to talk about colorism. It won't even like that between dark skin Viv and light skin ain't Viv, so don't even do that. There's actually another conversation about intersectional invisibility that we'll have to talk about another day.